So, what have you guys been up to? Because I genuinely want to know. Also, I'm almost to 100 subscribers, so that's so awesome. Considering I haven't started too long ago, that didn't make any sense. Considering it hasn't been that long since I started YouTube. So that's freaking awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to be really loud because my boyfriend is in the other room on the phone with his insurance, so even though I told him to be quiet. Whatever though. What can you do? I got my second set of allergy shots today. Where is it? It really did just disappear. You can kind of see those. Yeah, you can see those. But I have to get 3 every time I go, because there's 3 different vials. And they give me 1 shot out of each of those. Right now, I am doing the 1 to 1,000 concentration. And they said I can do these either once a week or twice a week. So I just want to get them over with because I want to get a cat, but I'm severely allergic. So I'm going to be doing it twice a week. So I should get through the first little, whatever it is, the first, they call it gold tops. Like the gold tops is the 1 to 1,000 concentration. The next one is blue tops and it's 1 to 100 concentration. So that's a big difference. And I will do those once a week. I should be done with the gold tops pretty soon if I'm doing them twice a week. I can't remember how many there are to do. I think there were like 10 maybe. It's either 10 or less. So if I do a week, that's 5 weeks. But some of them are actually optional. Actually, most of them are optional. Depending on how bad my reaction was, they can skip certain doses and go to the next dose. So I could be done with the gold top vials sooner than I thought. What else? So I guess this is a whisper ramble. Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to get a not cute.